Hey man, you ever look into flat Earth?
Still see his wake. And look at the birds. Detail. Can't be far from it. I have yet to see it jump above the horizon. See how far I can follow it. Got 15 minutes I'm going to film them for. I jumped way past them that time.
Alright, first I want to say that I included 2 parts into this, 19 and 20. Um, Mainly because I want to say, I follow this boat for like 26 minutes. And as it gets smaller and smaller, riding on the same horizon line, um, it's basically angular size, and this light propagation off the water and no mirroring, okay? Because the mirroring is what um, causes these chopped off edges. Because if you added in the mirroring effect to this light diffraction, reflection, light refraction, or light propagation, let me add that other one in there. It also will cut off where you see this light reflecting, or this like wavy line that's going up against the boat. That's the light being diffracted. So when there's extra mirroring, this will actually cut off more of that bottom hull of the boat. Um, whether or not the trolls will come on and try to blah 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 blah, say I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm stupid. Um, I said something in one of my videos about too much light will blind you, not enough light will also blind you. You won't be able to see. Like in the pitch dark, you won't see nothing. And then, if you've got light shining in your eyes, you won't see nothing. Be like riding with your bright lights on in the fog. You just can't see nothing. It's just a big whiteout. And that's also what um, happens in the background. And within that mirroring is that whiteout. Causes all kinds of visual blockage. In other words, only on good visibility days that you will see these boats continually get smaller and smaller until you really no longer can resolve the boat itself. Like in, I forget which part it was because there's so many parts to this. Um, at first, I was thinking maybe I'd just keep these unlisted and not share them. But I decided I'm gonna just go ahead and make them public. Um, I know I won't probably get too many views on them, which is fine. The people that view them are people that really are researching. People that don't view them are, um, just going along with the flow. And the the goons or the Globers, and I hate to call them Globers, but damn it, you guys are nothing but trolls, man. Where do you take your lessons from? Because you're more or less helping us by all your nasty remarks, uh, your insults, attacking our intelligence. I mean, all you got to do is have a pair of eyes to go out there and observe. You don't need to be a scientist, but believe it or not, this is what you call observational science. You see it, you can believe it. When you go to um, a magic show, if you believe that they're making stuff disappear in front of your face, then you don't understand the magic that they're performing, because it is an illusion. This is actual reality. The illusion is when you have that mirroring, because magicians use, or magic magic shows are illusionists, and they use mirrors to um, deceive you. So when we see nature mirroring, nature is deceiving you. But without that mirror, we can clearly see that this boat is doing nothing but getting smaller and smaller on the same water line. Why? Because it is flat. If there was a curve, this boat would have went over that curve long ago. Now, I marked out the North Rack at 7.72 miles. Buster Brown, thank you very much for marking in all the GPS locations that I provided, and marking lines out from Pine Island where I set, all the way out to all these racks. Um, whether they're exactly right on the money, um, I'm not sure, but I trust your instincts. And even if not, they are very, very close to the actual distances. But I commend you and thank you very much for your effort in doing this. Um, because no matter what these globe people think, um, they're going to believe whatever they want.
It's getting dark.
And as I said that, I decided to increase the brightness on this by 18%, just to make it a little more visible. It's nothing that I'm doing to manipulate really the video. I'm just brightening up the screen so you can actually see more of that boat and how it's just getting smaller and blocked off by this light reflection, light propagation. Um, take your pick, but to put it in layman's term, it is basically a reality that we see this happening only on fairly clear, visible days. I admit that this was not the clearest day that I had, but obviously we can see this boat well over, I believe now, 7 miles, because now the size of it would be about the size of it going beside the North Rack. It would actually be probably even maybe possibly further than the North Rack. And here's this sign that's way out there too. I have no idea where that sign is, but he's obviously behind that sign. He's not in front of it. He goes well beyond it. And, this, like I said, this boat should have been well beyond the curvature of Earth. Now, when I zoom back out, when I zoom back out, you're going to see the horizon, at a distance. And then I'm going to spin back over towards some of the islands. And I'm going to have to brighten the screen up again because I know that it is darker, more to my south. Or actually, it's lighter to the south, but I'm going to go further to the south than this light. And go back towards these islands that I am always filming that are 4.84 miles away. So there's a big difference between that boat and these islands. And that's the point I want to make, is that sometimes these islands, when in the mirror at 4.84 miles, are floating, where this boat that I just recently followed for, well, it wasn't quite 26 minutes because there's a few minutes left on this, but let's say 24 minutes, and he was constantly going away from me. I would not have been able to see that boat at all if it was mirroring out. Obviously, because sometimes when it's mirroring, I can't even see these islands. All right, I'm going to cut this and brighten up the screen just a tad bit. I increased it by 33% just to be a wise guy. And obviously, again, now these islands are 4.84 miles away. And what do we see? We see the mirroring. We see the mirroring effect at a much closer range compared to north of where the sun had departed our view. Now, why is this? Because of the light on a different angle That light is hitting the water on a different angle, creating this mirroring effect. And I'm, again, putting it in plain and simple terms. I will now put the video on for Buster Brown. I'll slow it down a little bit. It's just a short little clip, but I'll put it in slow motion because, well, actually, I can take a screenshot of it and stretch it out. Well, it'd probably be the same thing if I do that. But look at this mirroring occurring at a much closer range to me, all because I changed my angle to that light. All right. Like, subscribe, and please share all these videos. And I hope everybody enjoyed them. Okay, again, I want to credit Buster Brown for this picture. He actually did a little short video of the picture, but this has got all of his the coordinates that I provided from the coordinates to Pine Island also that I provided. He marked these all out for me. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, and all that credit goes to him. So definitely give Buster Brown's channel a check out. He does some good work too. Also, I'm going to include 3 pictures that I took of the horizon that evening. And these were awesome. I do try to keep my pictures more or less private. I don't want anybody copywriting on them, claiming them as theirs. I obviously will know that these are mine if I see them in some magazine and somebody stole them. All right, thanks.